Well, my name is Dale McRoberts, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I really have a lot to be thankful for. A year ago in December, I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is a cancer that attacks the plasma cells in the bones. I entered the hospital with a severe back pain, and that turned out to be a blessing in disguise because they found the myeloma then. The next 3 to 4 months was really kind of a trying period for me because you go through the emotional stage, the anxiety, the fear, and the side effects from the pills and all the other stuff they were doing. We just kind of leaves you in kind of a daze, and it's easy to get depressed. After about 4 months, my myeloma was under control. They stopped all of the pill treatments, and I started coming back to normal. And the next step of my phase came about 3 months later when I had to go down to Barnes Hospital in St. Louis. They did what they call a stem cell harvest. They told me to allow 4 days for this because they would have to get a certain amount of cells. I was lucky. I got all of mine in 1 day, and I got 3 times as much as I needed. I was able to come home for 6 weeks and enjoy the first part of the summer. And then the next part of the treatment was to enter the hospital for 3 weeks, and this I was really worried about because they prepare you for the worst. They tell you that you're going to have chemo that is 10 times stronger than anything they normally give. And I could have sores in my mouth, I could get sick, I could have diarrhea and all this. None of this happened. I thought I might be in an isolated room, almost like a bubble, but Bev was there. She could stay in the room with me 24 hours. My 3 daughters were there. They could come in. I really felt fine. We played dominoes at night. We played games, and Gail brought a guitar, and we sang. We were kind of the party room for everybody. Then that's when I started looking back and seeing what God was doing for me then. He let me call all of my square dances when I got out after about a week after I got out of the hospital the first time in Springfield. All winter long I did dances, my lessons, and I started bowling. In fact, when I got out of the hospital in St. Louis, I started bowling a week after I got out. And within a couple of weeks I could play 18 holes of golf, so God has just been very, very good to me. And one of the important things as I was going through all of this was the prayers that we got from this church. People just came out, showed their concern and their love. And I want to especially thank these people because Patsy Wilson and Carolyn Zorn are there every week asking me how I'm doing. They're really concerned. The small group has really been a blessing to me. And one of the most important things was I went to the elders. They did anointing of the oil with their hands on in their prayer, and I think that was a very big part of my recovery. And where I was the most thankful here on this is my wife Bev was there with me all the time, and my 3 daughters took time off from work to be at the hospital with me, and I don't think I could have survived without them. And Dustin came to see me at the hospital in Springfield, and he came down to St. Louis to visit me at Barnes. I think one of the first thoughts I had was that God was punishing me for something, and it just left me in kind of a daze. But as the months went by and I continued to heal, I looked back and I thought God was there all the time, and he was really taking care of me.